Hey, so I thought I'd make another video. I just cleared out all my other prior videos out of my um, out of my computer, and hoping that by clearing that and also clearing my cache, they would fix this grainy swimming pool looking effect that's going on, but not the case. I did one of those. My computer did have, or my laptop did have one of those Apple updates, and it seemed to basically screw my system. And this is what you have after the awesome update. So I went from clear video where you can see me clearly to this grainy thing that kind of looks not the greatest, but oh well. Work wasn't too bad today. I did not get in trouble. Knock on wood, whatever. I haven't gotten in trouble. I'm really hoping that if they listen to that call, that it's not that big of a deal. And, or I hope that they're too busy to listen to the call, is all I gotta say. But I'm definitely going to be more careful and use my head and think before I speak next time and not join in. And like I said, I was sick from food poisoning, exhausted, and I was typing and trying to be polite and hold conversation with the guy as he was complaining about how he's Texan and living out west and how he hates it and just the cultural norms. And so I joined in, which was a huge mistake. So never again am I going to say anything about a manager or even a coworker being upset by me saying the word ma'am or addressing them as ma'am. That was stupid on my part. And, all I did was stress and cry all weekend about that mistake and hoping, I'm like, oh my God, I hope I don't get an email with a meeting with managers about this and get in trouble over this stupid mistake. So lesson learned, I'm not going to do that again. I'm just going to let the other person just blab away about whatever it is that they want to talk about, and I am going to just type and listen to whatever they say. But and it was funny, I had this one lady that called from Tennessee, and she was playing back my call that, I'm not even finished with her with doing the assessment, and she was playing back the beginning of our phone call. And I was like, okay, so not only is my company recording me, but other companies that I have to work with, other hospitals I have to work with, are recording me. This is bananas, man. So that made me realize, okay, you really need to step up your game and be very careful, say very little, and think, really think before you speak. Anna, duh. Don't be stupid. Don't be a stupid head. And, do that ever again. So, all I can do is continue to pray and hope that I don't get in trouble over that this week. I hope that this week goes smooth and nothing else. And speaking of that whole issue, that gal that, that I offended by calling her ma'am, I killed her with kindness and jokes, that night. And then today she was a little bit nicer, and I killed her again with jokes. And my type of jokes, to play it safe, are usually dad joke level, so they're kind of dorky lame, but passable and not offensive, just like whatever. So anything to make somebody laugh and lighten up so that they aren't so angry and bitchy with whatever is going on with them. They're having their period or whatever is going on with them. They're depressed or having a miserable time. I get that misery loves company, but I suck it up and I fake it. I leave my shit at the door. I don't drag someone down with me. It's not right. If you're having a shitty day, don't take it out on somebody. And I hate it when they do that, So to me, cracking jokes to make someone laugh, that's just my strategy. I've done that since I was a kid, trying to make somebody laugh so they'll lighten up and get off my ass. Essentially. So hopefully, I'm hoping to God that nothing happens. And like I said, lesson learned, I'm going to be so careful between my company recording and the other companies that I have to deal with, the other hospitals recording me. I just do not want to be put in that position again. And so that was really strange. That lady just playing back the beginning of my phone call during my continued phone call. I wasn't even finished with her. She was just playing my phone call, the beginning of all the stuff I had said. And I'm just like, strange, but good to know that I'm being recorded by other companies, not just mine. So I really need to stay on my toes and be very, very, very cautious and say very, very, very little and remain polite and kind, because that's all I can do, I'm not going to be like most people that are quiet and say very little and are just robotic and have no personality. I'm still going to have a personality and be friendly, because I think that, life is short. You can't just, I did live out of fear the whole weekend. So I can't say you can't not be yourself and live out of fear, because essentially I can't be myself. I do have to live in fear with my job, a healthy dose of fear, because I want to keep my job so I can pay my bills. But it's just, golly, I hate the level of eggshells. But at the same time, I guess it's sharpening me so that I will, I don't know. I'm just, all I can say is I know to be cautious and careful. And binging that damn Mr. Robot show really fucked with my head, because now I'm like, well, shit, now they're portraying us that are introverts as like some kind of psychos that are reclusive, and I'm not a recluse. It's just work and school kept me busy, and now it's just work. I'm not in grad school anymore, obviously. That was 2011 that I graduated from grad school, but working constantly has kept me busy, and I just don't even know where to go to be social. Like I said, I was going to church and I was doing volunteer stuff, and can't really do that with COVID going on still. And everybody can say, well, there's a high percentage of people recovering from COVID and not dying. I'm still in the high risk category because I have asthma, so I will pass on people's let's go back to normal life when it's still in existence. It's still killing people. People are still getting sick. So, no thank you. I will still wear a mask, and I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I really don't get why people think there's an agenda and why they think it's government control. It's so stupid. There's other things the government could do to control you than to make you wear a mask that's made out of a piece of clothing. I still don't understand the logic of that conspiracy. I don't understand that. I'm like trying to understand from their shoes and put myself in their shoes and go, okay, if I was them, this is why. And I've tried, and I'm like, I still don't get why they think that way. It's so stupid and irrational, I just don't understand it. But I don't think that it should be rushed. I mean, it's being said that the numbers are going to escalate during the holiday season, so no thank you, pass on having life go back to the way it was. I don't care to catch COVID from somebody, even if I met like some hot celebrity that's gorgeous and life was back to normal, in even though COVID is still high, and he wasn't wearing a mask and I'm not wearing a mask and he gave me COVID, I'd be like, well, fuck you and all your movies. You gave me COVID, you bastard. So I'm not ready for that. I think that we should, make sure everything is safe. If there's a guy that's like, he's like, truly, I don't have COVID. I got tested because I was scared that I had it, and I got tested. I'm negative. And I'm like, okay, cool. We can date and stuff and do the usual typical stuff, but you're not going to endanger me when I've got, severe asthma. I can't take the risk. I'm healthy, and I guess by the fact that I am staying home to work and I very rarely go out and I keep my distance from people, I think even the stupid people that don't wear a mask, I think, as long as he's doing the same kind of thing, I don't see anything wrong with dating a guy. And then, of course, us not wearing masks and stuff, because you can't kiss with a mask on. Is stupid. That's just stupid. But I don't know. So yeah, I think about all that, but I don't even know how to meet a guy. I don't even know where to go. And that's even if COVID didn't exist, I don't know where to go. I have no idea where decent guys hang out. I just want to meet a guy sorry, dryer. I just want to meet a decent guy that, that we can share some common stuff and have fun, Hopefully he likes horror movies and we could like chill and watch a horror movie together, or some sci-fi or whatever he's into. I mean, I guess I could suck it up for sports, even though I'm really not into sports. I played sports, but I don't want to like watch it on TV. I don't know. I don't understand the whole thing about football. The constant interceptions, and I'm just like, get it to the fucking line. What is wrong with you people that you can't get that damn football over to the other line without falling and being intercepted all the time? I just don't understand it. It's like, why is this a sport when they can't even get it across the other side? What is the entertainment value? Now, hockey, I like watching hockey. I would love to go to a live hockey game. That would be fun. And I think that's the only, hockey and baseball would be the only tolerable sports to go watch in person. Otherwise, I think, or even watching maybe on TV. Otherwise, I think I'd be bored out of my mind. Like, I can't handle football. I just can't. I'm just, there's girls that claim they're big time Packer fans and Cowboy fans, and I'm just like, are you just saying that so that guys will like you, or do you actually like that lame sport? Do you actually like football? Do you really? Do you understand what's going on? Do you understand that as soon as the, quarterback throws the ball, someone's gonna, intercept it, and it's never gonna get across to the other side? They're never gonna make a goal because it always gets intercepted, and they have a timeout and waste time, and you're spent like 4 hours watching this and wasting your life on a couch watching that. It's just, I don't know. I can't do it. I can't do it. But I would just fake it and eat and go, if a guy insisted that I watch it with him. I would suck it up for him and do it. But I would be honest and say, I'm going to be honest, I'm going to be quiet because I can't make myself like this sport. I think it's stupid. Now, if you want to watch like mixed martial arts or hockey or baseball, I'm down with that, but football is really stupid. It is the stupidest sport ever to be invented. Like, I'd rather watch those people that were in the Olympic sport where they were like pushing the whatever with a, I don't know what they were doing. They were pushing something, and that was the whole thing, was just pushing this thing. And I'm like, that's the sport? That's an Olympic sport, pushing this thing, that's it? So, I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. So yeah, work wasn't bad today. Knock on wood. I am gonna super pray and, like I said, be really, 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 really careful and on my toes from this point forward, and not allow myself to sabotage a good job. And maybe it's good practice so that I don't fuck up with a guy and sabotage that. So I could think about what I say so I don't hurt his feelings, you know? Maybe this is good practice for that. This whole job giving me anxiety. I was so sick all weekend. I can't even tell you how sick I was with anxiety and the depression. I'm just like, oh my God, why did I do that? I'm so stupid. So, like I said, maybe it's good practice to be like, be careful what you say. You don't want to offend your guy and hurt him and, you know, say something off the top of your head and not think about how he's going to feel about it, you know, and think that it shouldn't hurt his feelings, that it's neutral, because it could still hurt his feelings. So I guess it's teaching me some, you know, teaching me a lesson so I can be more prepared for a relationship. That's how I'm taking it, you know. I don't know what else to do with that. But yeah, I still got to figure out where to go. Like, if I met a guy and he lived all about California, I would fly out there, even with all this crazy COVID stuff. I would fly out there to meet him and date him. And, you know, my job lets me live anywhere. I could actually move there, although I don't want to move in a state that has extremely high cost of living. Really not something I would want, because I can't afford to live out there and then get stuck if you break up. You know, that doesn't sound great, so I don't know. But I'd be willing to go out there and fly out there and see him as often as he wanted, you know, so I'm willing to do that. It's just long distance kind of is tough. And like I said, if he wanted me to move out there and then we broke up, that would suck. And I would probably have to get a second job because the cost of living is crazy. It's insane. I thought, you know, I know things are bad here in Dallas, but to live out there, you know, and Austin is crazy high too. Austin area is stupid high. It's like, it's not even that great. Why are so many people moving there? It's stupid high, stupid expensive. Same with Dallas Fort Worth. It's stupid expensive. It's just like, it's not the greatest. There's jobs in a big city, and that's the greatest thing that it has to offer. It's not like it's, you know, I don't know. It's not like it's like a huge tourist attraction with cool stuff. You know, it's got Comic-Con and, you know, stuff like that when COVID isn't going on. But, you know, that's really not a selling point to keep cost of living high. It's just not, you know. So I don't know. So I guess I got to figure out something, because I do want a boyfriend. That Mr. Robot fucked with my head. I don't want to come off as a recluse and weird because of the fact I'm an introvert and stay home a lot, which to me is not a big deal. Like, if I got a guy that was an extrovert, I'd be like, go have fun. And I've dated guys who are extroverts. I always attract extroverts. And I'm usually like, hey, you know, go have fun playing pool with your buddies at the bar. I don't care. You know, I'll be here and usually doing, you know, something related to school. But now I'm not in school anymore. But I'd be home probably, you know, watching Hulu or one of my streams and just binging a show or a movie, you know. So it's not like, you know, and I like to have some alone time. So it's not like I need the guy around all the time. So if he wanted to go out and do his own thing, I'd be like, fine, have fun. But it doesn't mean that I'm weird because I like to do that and I like to be alone sometimes. I hate the way that they portray introverts. That's not cool, you know? And I don't like the way they portray, like, if you pull up memes of INTJ, we're always the villains. And I'm like, I'm not a villain. I'm not a bad guy just because, I'm more of a thinker and think, strategically and problem solve as my natural go to instead of, going to feelings first. I am still a girl. I do still feel, but that's not my go to when I have something. I'm always trying to strategize. What can I do? What can I do? So I already fucked up. What can I do next? What can I do now? What should I do if XYZ happens? And I'm always like, probably thinking too much, to be honest. But that doesn't make me like the memes that you see for INTJ personality type. It's, Anyway, I'm tired. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and stream a show. Speaking of which. And yeah, I have no idea. I do hope that eventually this whole COVID thing dissipates so that things can go back to normal as far as like groups and clubs or whatever. I just don't know what to do to I don't know. I don't know where decent guys go. What kind of clubs they join? What do they do? I know extroverted guys are always like wanting to party and go to things in big large groups of people, which I'm like, oh my god, the thought of that gives me anxiety. I'm just like, can it just be me and you? And and if it is a group, I'm good at faking it, but then I have to be alone to regain my energy because I feel like people just sucked me dry, like a vampire just sucking your energy away, I don't know. I don't know. That's all I gotta say. And yes, lighting does not help. And my bad hair day is not helping. But anyway, a video anyway. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it.